Hello aspirants, welcome back to our channel Food Tech Online. Hope you all are doing good. So today will be our set 2 for important questions for CFTRI entrance examination, that is for MSc in Food Technology. So let us proceed. Yes, one more thing, that Foodtech Online, they have launched an ebook for all the CFTRI aspirants. So those who want to pursue MSc in food technology and they are preparing for their entrance examination of CFTRI. So this ebook actually it will cover all these subjects. Those are physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology, microbiology, food chemistry and nutrition, agriculture and dairy technology and food engineering. So link for this ebook it's given in the description box, and you have any query regarding this ebook, then there is a contact number given, so you can contact in this number. Okay, so let us now proceed. So question number 1, the final stage of spoilage of eggs by mold is, so options are black rot, pink rot molding, fungal rotting or superficial fungal spoilage. So over here my correct option will be C, that is fungal rotting. So fungal rotting is the final stage of mold growths which is which is been seen in the eggs. So over here it is the final stage of mold growth. So what happens in this, the myceliums of the mold, they grows through the pores, or we can say through the cracks which is present in the eggs. Even they can gel the egg white. Also the hyphae which are the hyphae of the mold, they may weaken the egg yolk membrane. Whereas we can say the early old growths, it is seen, it is the early mold growth, it is termed as pink rot molding. But over here my correct option will be option number C, that is fungal rotting. Question number 2. The chicken carcasses are irradiated to effectively destroy. So options are Salmonella, Enterococci, Clostridium or Pseudomonas. So over here my correct option will be A, that is Salmonella. So this irradiation was found to be effective in the destroying of the Salmonella species, that is in chilled broiler carcasses, that is chicken carcasses. So but there is a concern regarding this growth of anaerobic spores, so which may survive the temperature abuses. So similar to the we can say similar to the concerns which is found in the porks. So the effect of cobalt 60 gamma irradiation it was investigated on the concentration of this Salmonella species. So over here my correct option is A. Question number 3. Protein causes spoilage of eggs by producing. So options are red rots, black rots, colorless rots or pink rots. So over here my correct answer will be option number C, that is black rots. So this black rots in eggs, it is mainly due to the growth of which bacteria? It is due to this Aeromonas, or we can say Pseudomonas or Proteus bacterias or Alkaligens, Escherichia or this Enterobacter species. So this black rot, it is due to the reactions in proteins which releases the gas, that is hydrogen sulfide. So over here my correct option will be C, that is black rots. So question number 4, defects in fresh egg includes, options are bloom, meat spots, crack or all of them. So it includes all these things. These are bloom, meat spot, cracks. So over here correct option is D, that is all of them. Even it includes the blood spots. Blood spots. Blood spots mean a small spot of blood which is found in the egg, or we can say in the yolk. Meat spots. So meat spots means a small piece of tissue which is found in the egg white. Even the off odors. Off odors means the unpleasant smell indicating the spoilage, or we can understand the contamination of the egg. or the thin albumins or cloudy albumins. So there are more such defects. So over here my correct answer is D, that is all of them. Question number 5. Salt fish are spoiled by, so options are acidophilic bacteria, halophilic bacteria, thermophilic bacteria or saccharophilic bacteria. So this salt fishes, these are spoiled by, correct option will be B, that is halophilic bacteria. So this salt fish, these are primarily spoiled by this halophilic bacteria. Now these bacteria, they can thrive in high salt environment. Means they can tolerate and even they require high concentration of salt to grow, to reproduce, even make them the primary agents for the salt, for the spoilage in the salted fishes. So whereas this option number A, that is acidophilic bacteria, so this acidophilic bacteria, they can thrive in acidic environment. Acidic environment. This thermophilic bacteria means they can thrive in high temperature environments. So high temperature environment. They can thrive in high temperature environment, and this saccharophilic bacteria means they can thrive in cold environment. So over here my correct option will be option number B, that is halophilic bacteria. So question number 6. Spoilage of smoked fish can be delayed using, so options are acetic acid, sorbic acids, benzoic acids or boric acids. So over here my correct option is B, that is sorbic acid. Whereas this benzoic acid, boric acid, or we can say nitrites, nitrates, so these are also helpful for the preservation of seafoods. But what happens, these sorbic acids, delay they can delay the smoked they can delay the spoilage of the smoked, or we can say salted fishes. Whereas this boric acids, these boric acids actually it increases the keeping quality of the food product. So over here the spoilage of smoked fish can be delayed using option number B, that is sorbic acid. It's the correct option. Since we know that the sorbic acid, it is commonly used as a food preservative, since it can inhibit the growth of molds, yeasts or other bacteria. So even it is effective for these storing, we can say it is effective for extending the shelf life of the food products, that is seafood products. So over here my correct option is B, that is sorbic acids. So question number 7. Surface lime in meat can be caused by, so options are Moraxella, Acinetobacter, Micrococcus or all of the above. So this surface lime in meat, it can be caused by Moraxella species, Acinetobacter species and Micrococcus species. So over here my correct option is D, that is all of the above. Actually they form a biofilm layer over the surface of the meat. So that which reduces the quality and the safety of the meat also. So over here my correct option is D, that is all of the above. Question number 8. Osmophilic yeast that survive the heat process cause spoilage of. So options are liquid sugar, honey, candies, molasses. So over here my correct option is D, that is canned molasses. Now what is this osmophilic yeast? So these yeasts they can thrive in a high sugar concentration environment, better to say high sugar environment. Now They can particularly be well suited to an environment where sugar concentration is very high, as well as they can grow, or we can say they can tolerate the low water activity environment. So in this canned molasses, actually this product, it has a high sugar concentration, as well as can provide a suitable environment for this osmophilic yeast, even after this heat processing, even after this heat processing. Now, the heat processing actually, which can be seen in the canning, this might not be sufficient to eliminate all the yeast spores, this osmophilic yeast spores, which allow them to survive, and they can potentially or gradually they can spoil the products. Now we cannot say that this liquid sugar, honey or candies, these are not been affected or spoiled by this osmophilic yeasts. Rather, these are all these items, these like this liquid sugar, honey, candies, all these items are less likely to be heat processed in the same way as the canned molasses. But this canned molasses, actually these are present in the right combination of high sugar concentration, and even it provides a good environmental condition which allows this osmophilic yeast bacteria to survive in it, and can this bacteria this yeast, it can cause the spoilage of the product. So over here my correct option will be D, that is canned molasses. Question number 9. Which of the following are easily subjected to deterioration? Options are raw cane sugar, honeys, molasses or sucrose. So over here my correct option is A, that is raw cane sugar. So this raw cane sugar, it is most likely to be subjected to deterioration from all the options which are listed. So over here my option number A will be correct. Now why this raw cane sugar, actually this is highly perishable due to the high water content. First of all, due to high water content and due to the presence of the natural sugars, what happens, which provides it an excellent medium for the growth of the microorganisms such as the bacteria, yeasts or molds to grow in it and to spoil this product. Even it can spoil quickly, often within an hour. So over here my correct option is A. Whereas this honey, what happens, this honey actually it has a very low water activity and high sugar concentration. So it has low water activity and high sugar concentration. It has high sugar concentration, means which creates an environment, an inhospitable environment for the microorganisms, most of the microorganisms, since it is naturally preserved and can remain stable for the long period of time. So this sugar, actually these can be kept in if it is kept in a proper condition, this can it has a long shelf life, we can say. Whereas this molasses, so this while it has also a very high sugar concentration, which we have read now, so this actually can support microbial growth, but it is less perishable than this raw cane sugar. And this sucrose, so we know that sucrose, it is a refined sugar. So sucrose, it is a stable and not prone to microbial deterioration under any normal conditions, we can say. So over here my correct option is A, that is raw cane sugar. Now question number 10. Chocolate candies have been incriminated in cases of, so options are salmonellosis, botulism, staphylococcal food intoxication or pharyngeal poisoning. So these chocolate candies, these have been incriminated in the cases of salmonellosis. Actually, these chocolate candies which have been associated with the outbreak of this salmonella species. So we know that the salmonella, it is a type of bacteria that can survive in a low moisture environment, like this chocolate. So this manufacturing process of chocolate, this can sometimes fail to eliminate this salmonella bacteria, which can lead to the contamination or subsequent contamination, as well as subsequent illness when consumed. Whereas this botulism, what happens, this botulism, it is typically associated with an anaerobic conditions, which is found in improper canned or preserved foods, not necessarily in the chocolates. Whereas this staphylococcal food intoxications, so this staphylococcal food intoxication, it is typically uh, linked to the food that are handled and left at warm temperatures, and where the staphylococcal bacteria, they can produce the toxins. But whereas this chocolate candies, these are not the common sources of this warm environment and all. So whereas next, this purpharingeous poisonings, so this is typically associated with the improper cooked, or we can say uncooked or not well stored meat, poultry dishes. So these are also not associated with the chocolates. So over here, my correct option should be option number A, that is salmonellosis. So correct option is A. So question number 11, which of the following compound does not undergo mutarotation? Options are sucrose, glucose, ribose, or all of the above. So over here, my correct option is A, that is sucrose. It does not undergo mutarotation. Now, what is mutarotation? So mutarotation, it is a spontaneous interconversion between two different anomers. These are alpha and beta forms of sugar molecule in an aqueous solution. Now this sucrose, unlike the glucose and ribose, it is a disaccharide. Disaccharide means it is made up of glucose as well as fructose, which is linked by a glycosidic bond. Now this sucrose, actually it lacks a free reducing sugar. So it lacks free reducing sugar, that is hemiacetal, or we can say hemiketal also in other cases. So that is why, this is the reason, that is it does not undergo this mutarotation process. So over here, my correct option should be A, that is sucrose. Question number 12. Swelling of moist macaroni is caused due to the presence of. So options are Enterobacter cloacae, Staphylococcus aureus, Lactobacillus cremosis, or Escherichia coli. So over here, the swelling of moist macaroni, it is due to the presence of option number A, that is Enterobacter cloacae. Actually, this bacterium, it is known for causing the spoilage in various food products, which includes moist macaronis. It can ferment carbohydrates, and even it can produce the gas. It leads to the, which leads to the swelling of the product and can further lead to the spoilage. So correct option over here is my A. Whereas this Staphylococcus aureus, so we know it can cause food poisonings through toxin productions. So toxin production. So it causes food poisoning through toxin productions, and it is not typically associated with this swelling cases and all. Next, this Lactobacillus cremosis. So this bacteria, it is commonly used in the dairy fermentation. Since Lactobacillus, we are getting the name, so it's in the dairy fermentation cases. And this Escherichia coli, that is E. coli, so we know that it can cause the foodborne illness, and it is not typically, so it's related to the foodborne illness, we can say. Foodborne illness. So over here, my correct answer should be option number A. Question number 13. What is the danger zone range of temperature in food handlings? 50 to 100 degree Fahrenheit, 80 to 120 degree Fahrenheit, 40 to 140 degree Fahrenheit, or 100 to 121 degree, 212 degree Fahrenheit. So correct option is C, that is 40 to 140 degree Fahrenheit. Actually, this danger zone range of temperature in food handling, it refers to the temperature range at which the bacteria, they can grow most rapidly. Bacteria, they can grow most rapidly on food, and it can lead to the spoilage or foodborne illnesses. So this danger zone, it typically ranges from 40 to 140 degree Fahrenheit. That is from 4 degrees Celsius to 60 degree Celsius. So over here my correct option is option number C. So with this temperature range, bacteria can double in number in every 20 minutes. In every 20 minutes. So spoilage, so it can be a significant risk of this foodborne illness in perishable foods, leftovers, in this temperature range for an extended period, we can say. So therefore, it is important to keep these perishable foods out of this danger zones. So correct option is 40 to 4 degree to 60 degrees Celsius. Question number 14. The most common symptom of foodborne illness is. So options are diarrhea, kidney failure, skin rashes, or headache. So correct option is diarrhea. So the most common symptom of food illness is diarrhea. Correct option is B. Next. Question number 15. Which of the following groups has the lowest risk for foodborne illness? Young adults, elderly, infants, or individual with AIDS. So over here my correct option is A, that is young adults. So this young adults, they have lower risk of foodborne illness compared to the other groups. Those are elderlies, infants, or the individuals with the AIDS. Actually these young adults, they have a stronger immune system. Strong immune system. And that is why they experiences less severe or complications with this foodborne illness compared to the others. So over here correct option is my A. Question number 16. Which of the following are the reasons for the increasing incidence of foodborne illness? Dirty and or contaminated utensils of equipments, this is correct. Next, increased number of individuals eating in restaurants, yes. And poor employee health and hygiene, yes. So over here my correct option will be D, that is all of the above. Question number 17. Sugar and salt, they act as preservatives by, so options are killing microorganisms directly, increasing the water content of the food, increasing the acid content of the food, or binding water so it is not available for microorganisms. So the sugar and salt, how they act as preservative? Actually the primary reason is by binding water, so it is not available for the microorganisms. Correct option is my D. Actually the microorganisms, they require water to grow as well as to reproduce. Both sugar and water, what they do, they have the ability to reduce the water activities. So these reduces the water activity of the food by binding the water molecules, thereby creating an environment where the microorganisms, they cannot survive, or they cannot thrive in that environment. Even this process is also known as osmotic pressures. So correct option is my D. Question number 18. Increasing the acid content of a food is effective in preventing the growth of. So options are Clostridium botulinum, Salmonella, molds, or yeast. So correct option is my A, that is Clostridium botulinum. So we know that this Clostridium botulinum, it is a bacteria that can cause a deadly neurotoxin under an anaerobic condition, that is under low oxygen conditions. So it thrives in a low acid environment, that is approximately we can say below pH 4.6. So this is an approx value. So what happens, the increasing acidity of the food, so that means there is a lowering down of pH. Now it can inhibit the growth of this Clostridium botulinum species and even prevent the production of the toxins which is produced by this species. Now the Salmonella, molds, and yeasts, these are less affected by the changes in the acidity as compared to the Clostridium botulinum. So over here my correct option is my A, that is Clostridium botulinum. Next. Question number 19. The foodborne illness that can cause by the food service workers coughing or sneezing on food is, so options are Staphylococcus aureus, Clostridium perfringens, Salmonella or Trichinella. So over here my correct option is A, that is Staphylococcus aureus. Now this Staphylococcus aureus, we know it is a bacteria which is commonly found in the skins, nose of the humans. And if a food handler who is carrying the Staphylococcus aureus or while it coughs or sneezes over the food, what happens? This bacteria can be transferred to that food product, and where they can multiply and can produce the toxins, and even which can cause the illness of the food when consumed by the consumers. So over here correct option is my A, that is Staphylococcus aureus. Whereas this Clostridium perfringens, Salmonellas and Trichinellas, these all are pathogens that can cause the foodborne illness, but they are typically transmitted through different mechanisms, not through this coughing or sneezing. So this Clostridium perfringens, actually it is associated with the improper cooked or stored foods, associated with improper stored or cooked foods. Whereas the salmonella, it is related with the contamination of foods such as poultries, eggs, unpasteurized milks. So eggs, poultries, etc. Whereas this trichinellas, it is with undercooked porks. Undercooked pork or wild cane, sneezing, coughings, it is not associated with this. So over here correct option is my A, that is Staphylococcus aureus. Question number 20. Perishable foods should not be allowed to stand at room temperature more than, so options are 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hours or 8 hours. So this perishable foods, they should not be allowed to stand at room temperatures more than 2 hours. Correct option is my B. Now what happens when these perishable foods, actually these are left at room temperatures between 40 °F, just now we read this, to 140 °F. This is known as the danger zone. So these bacteria, they can multiply rapidly at this temperature, and it can increase the risk of the foodborne illness. Now the 2-hour rule is general, it is general guideline which is recommended for the food safety experts to minimize these risks. So what happens after 2 hours at room temperature, perishable foods, actually it should be refrigerated or it should be discarded to prevent this bacterial growth or this foodborne illness. So it is so if the ambient temperature is above 90 °F, that is 32 °C, this perishable foods should not be left more than 1 hours. So over here my correct answer should be option number B, that is 2 hours, and even it is also an important question. So question number 21. A person with a foodborne illness should contact a physician if, so options are blood is present in the stool, exactly, because the presence of the blood in the stool, it can indicate the more severe infections, or we can say complications such as the invasive bacterial infections or inflammations at the gastrointestinal tracts. So this is correct. Next, fever at 102 °F or greater. Yes, this is also true, since this can indicate a more serious infections that may require medical treatments. And next, that is symptoms which persist more than 2 to 3 days. This is also true, since when the symptom is it persists for more than a couple of days, that means it's indicating the illness is severe, and we should contact a physician that time. So over here my correct option is D, that is all of the above. Question number 22. A deadly foodborne illness from improperly canned food is caused by. So options are Trichinella, Salmonella, Clostridium perfringens, or Clostridium botulinum. So over here my correct option is D, that is Clostridium botulinum. So this Clostridium botulinum, just now we read that it is a bacteria that can produce a potent neurotoxins under an anaerobic condition, that is under low oxygen conditions. So what happens, such as those of improperly canned or preserved foods. So when these foods are not processed or correctly, what happens, the spores of Clostridium botulinum, it can survive and can grow, produce these toxins and can cause botulism. It can cause botulism. Uh, Actually, it is actually a fatal illness. So over here my correct option is D, that is Clostridium botulinum. Question number 23. Which of the following is not a good food safety practice? So options are cooking chicken to an internal temperature of 180 Fahrenheit, cooling leftovers rapidly in shallow pans, or avoiding sneezing and coughing over foods, or serving meals with raw fish. So over here my correct option should be D, that is serving meals with raw fish. So this is not a good food safety practice. Whereas while some dishes actually it involves serving raw fishes such as the sushis, or we can say sashimis. So it is essential to ensure that these fishes which are served, it should be of high quality as well as safe for raw consumptions. So not all type of fish these are suitable for serving raw due to the risks of contaminations with parasites or bacteria. So therefore, regarding the sourcing, handlings, preparations of raw fishes, it minimizes the risks of foodborne illness. So over here my correct option is D, that is serving meals with raw fish. Next. One of the most common foodborne illness from undercooked poultry and egg is, so options are Trichinella, Salmonella, Clostridium perfringens, or Clostridium botulinum. So correct option is B, that is Salmonella. So Salmonella, it is a bacteria which is commonly found in the raw or undercooked poultry, eggs, or egg products. So correct option is my B. Now, consuming this contaminated poultries, eggs, or this egg products, this can lead to the salmonellosis. Actually, it is a food poisoning which is characterized by symptoms such as, we can say, diarrheas and vomitings and all. So it is one of the most common bacterial disease which causes the foodborne illness. So correct option is my B, that is Salmonella. Question number 25. Which of the following are the purchasing guidelines to prevent the foodborne illness? Options are select meat, fish, poultry, eggs which last during the shopping trips. Okay. Next, do not purchase items in bulging or dented cans. Wrap perishable items so that the juice do not drip onto the other food items, or all of the above. Okay, do comment me down the correct option for this question. Okay, next. So with this we have completed our 25 questions of important questions for the entrance examination of CFTRI. And if you want to practice more such questions, then you can install our app, that is FoodTech Online app. So link is in the description box for you all. And if you are preparing for other food related examinations also, so over here you will get different sections for different examinations. So you can install the app and you can practice in that section for that examination also. Okay, so today we end our session over here, and if you want more such videos like this, then you can subscribe our YouTube channel for more latest videos like this. So till then, thank you and enjoy learning.